The Supreme Court has now passed a sweeping order about stray dogs that will apply this time to the entire country, including all states and union territories. What the court has said is that all dogs in public spaces will have to be removed and relocated to shelters. And this, as you would imagine, has created or sparked off a fierce debate about public safety versus animal rights. That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. To begin with, let me tell you what happened. Now, the Supreme Court's three-judge bench, headed by Justice Vikram Nath, have passed a set of directions today. It said that all stray dogs in public campuses like schools, hospitals, transport hubs will need to be rounded up and relocated into designated government shelters, which will then vaccinate and sterilize them. Stray cattle and animals have to be removed from all highways and expressways. Local authorities have been told to also fence off these areas. So school campuses, college campuses, hospital campuses, bus stops, train stations need to be fenced in such a way that animals cannot return or new animals cannot find their way in. The court has also said that dogs cannot be released back into the same area after they have been captured. And this is a departure from India's sort of previous accepted mode of how these animals will be treated. The matter will be heard again on January 13th. Now, the court was taking suo motu cognizance of a spate of fatal dog bite incidents in Delhi, which basically means there was no petition brought before the court. The judges felt the need to look at it themselves. Let's take a look at the numbers though. Union Minister S.P. Singh Baghel had actually in 2024 had said that in 2024 there were 37,17,336 so basically 37 lakh dog bite cases were reported and 54 of those were suspected rabies cases. It also said that there was a livestock census that put the stray dog population up at 15 million. Although a lot of research says, private sector research says that it might be a lot higher than that. So the court actually in detail has said states and union territories must identify all high-risk institutions within the next 2 weeks that secure the campuses through fencing, assign a nodal officer to maintain cleanliness and preventing the dogs from coming back in again. Municipal bodies must conduct inspections, every 3 months. And dogs which are found in these zones will have to be moved to shelters. Now, what has happened is obviously strongly been criticized for not being well thought out. Maneka Gandhi has called this ruling worse than the previous judgment. You remember the previous judgment in August that was by a bench led by Justice Padiwala, who had ordered the removal of dogs from public areas. That order was stayed by this bench, Justice Vikram Nath, calling it too harsh. But now the court has expanded that order, which earlier only applied to Delhi, to all state and union territories. People for Animals has basically said that many campuses like JNU and IIT in Delhi already have neuter vaccinated dogs, and that fencing in every bus stop and railway station is administratively completely impossible. I mean, you will need a door for people to enter those spaces, right? And one would assume a small dog will enter along with people. So the judgment actually matters a great deal because this alters how every single Indian city treats stray animals. Because up until now, the instruction was very clear. You had to pick them up, vaccinate them, sterilize them, and put them back in their own location so as to not change their territories and cause more confusion. So this would apparently redefine the balance between safety and compassion. It effectively gives, the local governments, so the municipal corporations of all of our cities, the right to pick up these dogs, relocate them, not necessarily give information to animal rights activists as to where the dogs are being taken or how they're being treated. And we know for sure that we do not have the shelters to actually handle these mass relocation drives. And what will happen when these dogs are picked up from various locations and then all put in one shelter is that they will fight with each other, because their territories will now get completely mixed up. They will need to find new alphas. It will spring a lot of fights. It will be difficult to manage. So this will actually cause a lot of confusion. It's not a very humane way to solve the problem. The Supreme Court will review in January next year. So there's some time before that happens. And in the meantime, this has always been a very emotionally charged point of debate in India. On one hand, there are those who say vaccinating and sterilizing will actually reduce rabies and reduce numbers. But it doesn't protect people from bites. So biting is a different problem, and vaccinating and sterilizing solving different problems. So where is the solution for all of these? Leave me a comment in the comment section if you believe the Supreme Court is being right in this, or you believe that it is far too harsh. Let me know what you think.